All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Musa Gaming here, and today, while we were waiting for the reset, which is happening in 40 minutes, I thought it might be a good idea for us to check back on Musa's Murim and all the submissions that was submitted throughout the past month, as you guys would actually be able to resubmit your ranking within the Musa's Murim in the Discord channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at all those people who were able to actually make it into the Musa's Kosu Hall, as well as all those people who have submitted their Murim submission. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the ranking chart at the end of the day. So yeah, that's going to be fun, guys. All right, first of all, if you guys don't know what Musa's Murim is, it's actually a ranking system in my channel that ranks your best Marsh system. So for example, if you have like my restart accounts Tutmo setup, right? And that is your best Marsh that you have on that account. You can actually submit two screenshots of your best equipment as well as your best armament. I'll take a look at it and I'll basically rate the setups total power ranking and then give it like a little bit of a, what do you call this? A key card, PR card with your name on it. And then what that does is what I'll do at the end of each week or so, I'll actually add your ranking into this ranking chart of Musa's Murim. So you can compare yourself where you're at compared to other people who submits for those at the end of the day. So yeah, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at those, all the submissions that was submitted. Zeb is like, hi, YouTube. Yeah, this is going on YouTube, guys. And we're going to also take a look at all those people who have won themselves a cool new key art, like a unique key art, along with the title. And yeah, we'll see what other Gosus pop up in next month's or this month's Musa's Murim. All right, sounds good, guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and first start off from my own restart account. And as you guys can see, I have my Tutmos setup that I just showed you on the game here. He has okay setup, but it's obviously not. He obviously does not have the full legendary gear, so I went ahead and gave myself, I think, oh yeah, first rate, which I think by standard is like you have more than 4 legendary pieces, which it barely was able to do it, and you have both legendary commanders kind of ready to go. So that's basically the standard for first rate. And for first rate, for those of you who are not familiar with this ranking, it's basically you'll do well in KPK 1 and possibly into KPK 2. Deb is like, I reckon my gear will be best, but I won't upload it to be fair to other people. Hey, yo. Zeb is too nice. And we got Prince Boom's second account. Restart number 1, KPK 2 restart account. Now, he does have some crazy KPK 2 gear with Pierce and CJ expertise. And that was pretty impressive, I must say. And he just hit 1 billion kill point as he's in KPK 2, and he's also Rally Garrison lead. So he has some crazy KPK 2 stuff. And along with that, very, very surprising formation for KPK 2 level. You guys can see that he has 3% all damage, 6% infantry health, 9.7% infantry defense, and 10.3% attack, along with Warcry, Smite, which will give you, I think, 2% normal damage, Brutal, Warhunger, and Hard-Headed. So KPK 2, guys, for a KPK 2 setup, this was really, really good. Is this only for early KPK accounts? No, this is actually for all the accounts. So yeah, if it's in earlier KPK, obviously, I'll kind of consider that as well. But yeah, this is really, really good. And we went ahead and took a look at it. And Blue Flames also sent me. So, and then I actually gave him a Grandmaster tier ranking with a cool, again, Grandmaster rank P card, as well as his name on it. And yeah, I kind of showcased what was actually posted there. And then Blue Flames actually submitted his stuff. And that would be actually considered third rate. And those were all posted in this part right here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, we got Worm submitting it. We can actually evaluate that live later today too. Where were we though? Where were we? And we started getting some crazy stuff after that too. Mafu sent his stuff. Yes, this is actually the Mafu from YouTube. And Mafu sent his stuff. Very, very nice. He has Greatest Glory and Horn of Fury, as well as KBK Weapon and critted Ash of the Dawn, Navarre's Control, and Hellish Wasteland Helmet critted. So very, very nice set. He does have a pretty good armament, I would say, with 2 rare inscriptions, Onslaught Striker, and all damage, 5.8% health, 8.2% defense, and 11.6% attack. Mintin Look, welcome, welcome. Alec Plays, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so his setup was actually really good. I gave him a master tier, and I gave him the key card, and also at the same time, if you look at his stuff, he actually got himself the title. Everyone who actually submits for this gets a title or role in the kingdom, so you'll be able to actually like showing up. You guys can see that I'm currently a Profound Realm, and Blue Flames is actually in 3rd race. So those will actually be separated from the regular subscribers pool when you log into my Discord. And then Spartan sent some crazy, crazy stuff that he has for his main rally. You guys can see that he has full Dragon Breath setup. Are 2 iconic 2 pieces better than 1 iconic 4+ purple? What do you mean? 2 iconic 2 pieces and well, what does the 2 iconic 2 pieces have? I don't know. I think we need more information on that. Anyways, yeah, his Shishiwang's almost all full iconic 5 critted except for the glove. And also at the same time, he does have full legendary inscriptions with Smite, with 1.8% all damage, 8.8% archer health, 8.1% defense, and 12.2% archer attack. I was very impressed by this. And I actually had to go in and find out, copy, where he stands in terms of the whole overall set for his setup. Now, unfortunately, he was using Dragon Breath sets, so that means that he doesn't qualify for the Profound Realm. But yeah, Spartan was actually, if I converted into all that, converted the all damage into the attack, health, and defense, his setup was around 34% of total stats. So that was really, really good. And considering the fact that he had smite damage also in there was really, really good as well. And yeah, and then Stickity Rice also submitted some crazy stuff that he had. Iconic 5 on all the important ones, except for the gloves and the boosts. Gloves and the boosts actually don't provide combat bonuses at that stage beyond. So that's why he has all this set up for his, I think, main infantry garrison setup. And he has 7.2% all damage, 11% attack, 11.3% defense, and full legendary inscriptions, guys. Full legendary inscription. I'll drop a membership when I get paid. Yo, thank you so much. And that got them those special title cards. You guys can see that this guy's name's called 10,000 Arrows Blood Dragon. And he actually was, the Spartan was actually the first one to actually enter the Unrestrained Realm, which by its standard, let's just go on and take a look at what it means to be Unrestrained Realm. When you enter Unrestrained Realm, you need to have like basically all legendary equipment with Iconic 2 or Iconic 4. But at peak, which is where he's at, you need to have all those things. You don't really have KVK setup, but also at the same time have more than 30% of the armor and stuff with 3 to 4 legendary inscriptions. That's where he was. So yeah, he actually reached the peak of Unrestrained Realm, and he got himself a cool key art for his stuff. And I actually, when you reach a unique key art title section, I'll actually reach out to you a couple different options. And he chose this one specifically. And this one looks pretty nice, right? And yes, same thing with Stickity Rice. He actually got the Heaven Sword something. Let's see. Yeah, Heaven Swords. I can't read Chinese. I know I made those titles, but I forgot what they were called in English. But yeah, he actually got himself a very cool title with the title card, with his equipment and armaments. And we looked at it, actually. And then when we looked at it, Sticky's 7.2% all damage setup was actually equivalent to about 38% of stats overall. So that was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. It was, if he had all the KVK weapon as weapon and helmet, I think he would have been able to actually reach the middle level of the Profound Realm, which is really, really good. Do I drop $100 for fun? That would be really nice, man. But you don't have to. You don't have to, please. But yeah, that's Sticky. That's really, really nice setup that he has. And we got another submission from Yuan. Again, doesn't qualify for Profound Realm, but has all iconic 5 credit setup except for the ring and horn. So that was really, really nice. And also at the same time, very strong armaments with 2.9% all damage, 4.3% health, 8.7% defense, and 10.5% attack. And I went ahead and did the math, and I think Yuan's setup was just above 30% in terms of all the stats there. And I believe I took a look at it, and I gave her a different ranking. I'll go ahead and show it in a bit. And we got another person who submitted for what's this called? The Archers. And look at this guy. Full Dragon Breath setup, iconic 5 credit in every single one of those. And this guy actually has 2 different armament setup. He has a wedge setup with 12.2% all attack, 11.8% defense, and 5.4% health, and 3.8% all damage. This set is really, really nice. But on top of that, he has another setup for Circle for healing buffing with the Choyong with 10.9% attack, 12.2% defense, and then 7.9% health, and 1.8% all damage. So this was really, really cool. And I'll go over what he received later. And then we got another submission from Rezo with all iconic 4 except for gloves, accessories, and boots and ring, which was really, really cool. And all of them credit. That was really, really nice. And have wedge formation that is intrepid, balanced, hunter, and then boiling blood with 32% of stats, which is really, really nice. Now, let's see where each of them actually got. You guys can see that, what's this called? Yeah, Jink, which is this guy right here. Jink J, that's how you read it in Korean. Jink J was able to reach the peak of Unrestrained Realm. And for those of you who haven't really checked the leaderboards, there hasn't been really anyone who reached the Profound Realm except for myself. But yeah, he has reached the peak of Unrestrained Realm. What I did, though, is I took a look at both of the setup because he submitted 2 different setup, right? And I took a look at which one was actually converting better to the higher stats. The wedge formation was actually converting better for him. So that's where I put it. And for reference, guys, that was equivalent to about a little bit over 36% of all stats. So if he had 12%, 12%, 12%, it is about 1% better in terms of attack than the 12%, 12%, 12%. So that was really, really cool. And how about I think this is Rezo. Yeah, Rezo unfortunately wasn't able to reach the Unrestrained Realm, but was actually a proficient level of Grandmaster, mainly because of the fact that he or she was missing some iconics on this one right here. But overall, very, very strong setup. Probably one of the strongest Grandmaster that we will see. But yeah, 32% was really, really good. And then, wait, Prince Boom, where's your stuff? Why didn't I take a look at your account? Huh? Well, we'll go ahead and go over Prince Boom's main stuff later. It should have been one of the first few, but I'll go ahead and check it in the Gosu's Hall. I think I must have kind of forgot to post it over here too. And then Yuan's setup obviously was really, really strong setup, iconic 5. Well, except for the fact that she's missing a crit on the horn, which is okay though. I've been a little more generous on the horn and ring because it is a lot harder to get those. And then, I think if you converted the whole thing into stats, I think Yuan had about 30% of total stats, which was nice. And then she was able to get to the peak of Grandmaster. And yeah, And then she got herself a very nice title as well. And Kaneki submitted his stuff, and he was actually considered the Grandmaster peak. And let's take a look at what he had. And he is, his title is called Flying Sword. And he has, what's this called? Yeah, he has the Arthur with full iconic, full credit, except for Horn and Ring. And then iconic 2 on all the pieces except for Horn and Ring. And he has some stuff. And all of this kind of added together, I think, ended up giving him a Grandmaster peak, I believe. So yeah, this was pretty cool. And that's what we gave him at the Grandmaster and peak. And MG314 submitted his stuff as well. And he was able to get to, I think, this is a master tier icon. And he got credit helmet as well as full Dragon Breast set without credit. Have a ring and Silent Trial, which was really nice for Qin Shi Huang. And had pretty decent stuff in terms of the setup. Focus Fire is really nice. Boiling Blood is also nice. Furious and Devious is also very cool for archers. And yeah, he is considered master for his equipment setup. And then we had Iron Void, which also set up pretty good stuff. Now, the reason why this person did not receive a key art was because it is at the entry of Grandmaster, and only Grandmasters who actually receive a unique key art is those with the peak area. So yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get this, but only because of this equipment right here. This is not credit or iconic. And unfortunately, this is not part of Ring or Horn. So I wasn't able to kind of let this bypass too. I did Prince 30, I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and check it later. But this is a really cool setup. Iconic 5 on all the important pieces. And obviously, because this is a Qin Shi Huang setup, he's using the pendant. And pendant is nice, but then again, the crit and iconic missing on this one was holding this one whole set back to Grandmaster. And potentially, if he has all those iconics and crits up, and he can probably go up to Grandmaster and above. Grandmaster peak or above. But the armor is really nice. 2% all damage, 8.3% health, 7.2% defense, and 8.5% attack with shielded to compensate for the missing defense was really, really nice. And Hunter and Unstoppable, obviously, needless to say, very, very strong set. Now, Donkey sent his setup for his KBK1 set. Very nice. All legendary equipment except for the accessories, which is really nice. And have Onslaught, Fit, Hardy, and 9.1% attack, 7.6% defense, and 6.6% health. And that actually got him a master tier. It was actually the borderline, but then again, the fact that he had full legendary equipment except for accessories is actually the cut for master, and he has been considered master tier. So that was really, really cool for what we have here. And we have Worm here. Oh my god. Worm sent up a lot of stuff. Duck sent up his stuff. Min-Trin sent his stuff. King 39. Wait, is this your setup? Oh my god. I can't rate King stuff. I can't rate King stuff. Come on. Okay, well, anyways. And the Prince Boom. Before we move on to other people and rate new people's stuff, let's go ahead and rate Prince Boom stuff. And he is actually considered the Sky Sword or Celestial Sword. Heavenly Sword, there you go. Heavenly Sword title. And this title actually earned with this setup right here. With credit, Cloak, credit, Iconic 2, KBK weapon, and credit, Sacred Grasp, Iconic 3, and credit, Iconic 5, Eternal Knight, and credit Ring, and credit Iconic 5, Shield's Return, with uncredit, Iconic 2, Horn of Fury, and Eternal Knight, Eternal Empire helmet, uncredit. Now his armor setup is also about 30% with Spirited, Airtight, Imploder, and that gave him the peak of Grandmaster, which gave him the Heavenly Sword. Now let's go ahead and take a look at all those people who was submitted. I don't know if I have to do it right now. I can't rate our King stuff. Come on, guys. Come on. But anyways, and for those, I'll just go ahead and give the ranking. And I'll let them choose like which title screen that we can actually give it. Because what I have some reserves on the Murim stuff. Like, I've made in my free time. This is how I spend my free time, guys. This is how I spend my free time. I start creating a lot of repository or crazy titles, so they can choose from them as long as they can reach certain realms. So yeah, I can actually go ahead and reach out to King after this and just send him what he wants if he wants to be actually ranked in the Murim. But let's take a look at Worm. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the equipment first. Ooh, nice setup. Nice setup. Nice setup. KBK 2, KBK weapon, KBK helmet, uncritted but iconic 2 on both sides, which is really nice. And iconic 2 critted on the rest of the Dragon Breath set except for the shoes for iconic 4 and Ring and Horn. And interpret, very nice. Balance, Hunter, Boiling Blood, all very, very nice stuff. 5.8% all damage is huge, so very, very good job, Worm. And 2.5% Archer health. Archer attack, 11.8%. Archer defense, 10.2%. Very, very nice setup. And if you go to the standard of Murim, I believe that should be a Grandmaster. Yep, full legendary equipment, Ring and Horn. Best in slot and credit iconic 2 on all parts except for the Ring and Horn. So actually it might be Grandmaster proficient because you don't have unfortunately you don't have the crits on the KBK weapon and helmet. So I'll say it will be considered Grandmaster proficient. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And your armor is way, way, way stronger than what most people have in the Grandmaster. So we have another very stronger Grandmaster person. Good job, Worm. I'll go ahead and post that later. Duck. You have Wedge formation. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he has. Okay, so full legendary gear is nice. Critted glove is really nice too. And let's go ahead and take a look at what he has. Praise Fit, Warflames Artisan, and about, I'll say, 28.8% stats on top of Fit. So about 30%. That's very, very nice. But let's see where that makes you. You have full equipment, legendary equipment with accessories. Iconic 2. Okay, so I think you'll be considered a master tier. Worm. Yeah. Very nice though. Master tier setup. I would say it's really, really good. Don't look at mine. It looks bad compared to the rest. No worries. No, don't. It's just not for. It's for you to compare yourself right now and then make yourself better. That's what it is. We're gonna climb up the ladder. I'm climbing up the ladder to myself. And yeah, that's basically. So we got Grandmaster Proficient here on the Warp side. And then we have Duck, who's gonna be Master tier. I'll go ahead and post those after we're done with the stream. And we have King setup, our 2939 King setup. All iconic 5 critted. Very nice. No KBK weapon and helmet. That means that he cannot, unfortunately, be in the Profound Melon, but a very, very good setup. And he has 2 armament setup? Is that what it is? Oh, he has 2 armament setup. Okay. I'm going to ignore this one because this does not have full legendary inscriptions. And I'll go ahead and take a look at this one. Okay, so we have 12.2%, 11.2%, 8.9%, and then 1.8%. Very, very nice setup. I would say this is probably equivalent to like 36, 37%. Let's see. Go to Dabber stuff. Oh, it's going to take a while. Archer Rally. Actually, it's not going to take that long. Because he has all iconic 5 credit. DB setup. Ring and Horn, right? Ring and Horn. And then DB 6 piece. So 229. Okay, so that's expected. And then let's go ahead and go to Wedge. Hunter. Oh wait, not balance. Oh wait, balance is fine actually. Unstoppable, and then Intrepid. What was the setup that he had again? 12.2. 3.8. The 1.8. Okay. 11.2, 1.8, 8.9. Okay. 116.2. Where does that get him? Archer, 116.2. That is about 36%. 0.1% less than 36%. So very nice setup. Unfortunately, though, the Murim's law is strict on everyone, guys. Murim's law is strict on everyone, even on our own king. And for you to enter the profound realm, this realm right here, you have to have 2 KVK set iconic and critted. So he'll be at the peak of unrestrained realm, like everyone else who's here. And yeah, that's basically going to be the rank that he's going to get, which is really, really good, by the way, which is really, really good. Although I am right here. I am 0.1% off from Life and Death Realm. Yeah, I'm at 41.9%, literally, on my equipment with KBK weapon and with KBK helmet and iconic and all that stuff. So, yeah, that was really, really nice. And I'll go ahead and add those as December. And basically, that's pretty much it. And as we go to the Gosu Hall on the Murim side, we'll go ahead and take a look at it, where everyone is. Okay, at the very top, obviously, this is me. I am currently at, you guys can see, my current setup is at 116.1. And for me to reach 42% equivalent, which means that I have armaments that is equivalent to 14% attack, 14% defense, 14% health, which is all quote-unquote perfect rolls. I'm 0.1% off from that in terms of attack. And Azure, who actually sent me his setup, is right behind me. But he didn't actually submit for Musa's Murim stuff, which is really nice. But yeah, that's where we're at in terms of where I am. And everyone else, we have Stickity Rice at the peak of Unrestrained Realm. Barton at the peak of Unrestrained Realm 2. And we got Jay, which is the Jink, at peak of Unrestrained Realm as well. And if we were to add our king here, our king will be somewhere around here as well. Then we got no one else in the Unrestrained Realm, which is actually pretty interesting. And then we got Prince Boom's main as the first person to enter the Grandmaster in Musa's Murim, as well as Kaneki, who has reached the peak of Grandmaster. And we have Rezo's stuff at Grandmaster Proficient. And we have Prince Boom's second account in entry of Grandmaster, which is really, really cool. And I am voiced as Grandmaster as well. And for those of you who are wondering what Grandmaster is equivalent to, this is when you kind of start being KVK 1 or 2's like limit of like rally lead level. Like if you have those kind of equipment, you can be a rally lead or garrison lead in KVK 1 to KVK 2 to KVK 3, basically. Basically not real seasonal conquest, rally or garrison level. And then below that, we have master tier. We have Mafu, Donkey, and MG314. They're all really, really good as standard KVK 1 and 2 rally or garrison lead level, which is really, really cool. And you can see that I have my main account, my restart account number 1 at minimum KVK rally level. Right now, I have full legendary equipment except for the boots. And that is what I would say the minimum, and not in like those high competitive KVK 1 players rally or garrison lead, but like the very minimum of that. That's where my first rate is. And then we have also Blue Flames third rate equipment in there as well. So yeah, that concludes our overview of November Musa's Murim ranking chart. Hope you guys actually enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please go ahead and drop me a thumbs up. Can you do my friend I sent? Yes, you can. You can. Always. We'll go ahead and add everyone who submitted today into December because, you know, it is December today, right? So we'll go ahead and add all of those into December setup. But yeah, that's basically what we have as we conclude November. Hopefully, personally, I would like to enter the Life and Death Realm as soon as possible so that I can personally claim those God titles You guys can see that I have a lot of TRs that I already made. I want this title right here. This is mine. Don't touch it, guys. Don't touch it. Even if you guys reach the life and death realm, don't touch that. That is mine, okay? If you guys ask for it, I'm going to go ahead and say no. But there's other titles that are really, really cool that I made in my free time. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out, it's all in that Murim spreadsheet that you guys can always check out in the Murim's ranking chart. But yeah, on the third tab, it has all the titles that I was actually making. So I'll ask you to choose that is actually appropriate for your rank if you guys are reaching anything above Grandmaster Peak. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please go ahead and drop me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. And those of you who are in the live stream, don't leave because I'll continue the live stream. We're just getting started today. All right. Let's go.